got something to tell you. I did something. I did two things. Okay. Alrighty. It's not a big secret. I mean, it's not like earth shattering, but I'm not going to the Medi Spa anymore. No. I'm not going to the Medi Spa anymore. Hey everybody, my name's Ebony. Welcome to Becoming Bianca. Becoming Bianca. Bianca is my middle name, so that is accurate, but it's symbolic of me doing this glow up in my 40s. And at first it felt cringy. It felt a little, I was like, what am I really doing? What am I really doing? And then it just hit me that everyone deserves to be able to change and have the room to change. And I'm doing it. And I don't care if, I don't care. I'm doing it. Anyways, I did something. I thought I was going to keep going to the Medi Spa, okay? And I have decided I'm not doing that anymore. I have found a different provider. I analyzed it. I looked up a dozen providers. I looked up Mochi and Fridays and hold on, let me get my notes. I was starting to research new providers when I realized I was about to run out. May 13th, I bought 4 syringes from the Medi Spa. That was when I started. And it was 1 2.5 and 3 5.0. They just titrated up after the first one. I don't know why. For all I know, I might have did good on 2.5 because I see a lot of y'all do 2.5 for a very long time or even 5 milligrams and you stay on that for like a long time. So, and I got 4 more syringes of the 5.0 in June. Then in July, I went about 4 weeks and only took 1 shot. I had a lot of stuff going on. My car broke down. I didn't know what was wrong with it. We didn't have the money or the time to fix it. So I'm stuck in the house with 1 car. It was like other stuff going on too. And sometimes when I'm anxious, I just stop. I just freeze. I know that about myself now. I didn't know it in the past, but now I know. And I'm putting things into place to stop the freezing. Okay, I digress. The point is, in July, I only took 1 shot. And I was trying to get the money together. I'm like, what am I going to do? I can't stop now. I've come too far to just kind of let this fade off into the distance because I didn't want to put the effort in to scraping the money together and getting more. And when I found out I could use my Flex Spending account debit card, I was like, okay, I'm going to go re-up right now. That's when I got 3 2.5s and 3 5 milligrams, thinking that, $400 some is going to last me 6 weeks instead of $350 lasting me 4 weeks. It made sense to me at the time. Well, a couple things happened. I messed up the first injection, so 2.5 essentially dripped down my skin. Then I took 2.5, waited a couple days and was like, yeah, this isn't going to work for me. Took the next 2.5. So I'm going through 3 syringes in about a week. And then I had 3 5s left, 3 of the 5 milligrams left. And I'm like, all right, once these are up, we're going to have to figure something else out. That's when I got onto Reddit. That's when I realized, all right, there's got to be something else out there. There has to be. And it's that mindset that helped me get what I need. When I got on Google, I'm like, I'm about to find all the providers that I can, write them all down, pull out the ones that seem legitimate, the ones that maybe on Reddit, someone's like, I use them, go through their program on the website, find out what they charge. And I actually was trying to be very open-minded because I can get so in my head and want things to just like be a certain way. I'm like, why am I so stuck on tirzepatide? Especially with everything that was happening with Eli Lilly, I was thinking, let me be open-minded. The whole point is to get to your goal weight and stay there. So if you have to go to semaglutide, girl, you're going to have to go to semaglutide. Plus, it's super cheap compared to what we've been paying. 10 providers I analyzed on here, my little chicken scratch and analysis. And got all the prices. Now, a lot of these providers, they are telehealth. They are doctors. It is legitimate. It is something that you can trust. So they have doctors or nurse practitioners who can prescribe, but with that comes a monthly fee, $99, $129, $79. And then the medication was about the same price as the Medi-Spa. And I'm thinking, well, I'm not doing that. I'm not gonna go and pay more for the same thing when the whole point is to try and get my costs down. Find that balance between legitimacy and price. Because I figured, okay, I'm willing to put up with a little bit of stuff as long as they are truly medical professionals doing this, everything's on the up and up, and I can get a pay cut. I can get a price cut. And that's when I found Lavender Sky Health. Lavender Sky Health on Reddit. And it wasn't even somebody in there saying, use this provider, this is what happens, this is what you get, this is the price. No, it was some other thread about some other topic on tirzepatide or whatever, and someone says, well, blah, 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 I use Lavender Sky Health and I really like them. And then the responses to that said, well, I use them too. Oh yeah, I love LSH, Lavender Sky Health. And it was probably a solid half a dozen. I'm like, well, hold up. Hold up, who's Lavender Sky Health? I haven't heard of them. And I could tell, I don't know, to me, the comments seemed genuine, they seemed real. Because one person was like, yeah, they don't offer it in my state yet, but I do plan on switching to Lavender Sky Health when they start offering it in my state. And I'm like, okay, let me look into this. Lavender Sky Health, y'all. This is the thing. As I used the 16th as my deadline. That was my hard stop. I'm like, I need to find a new provider by that date to put in an order by that date, so I will have medication in time. Okay, so Lavender Sky Health, I paid $65 on August 11th. I know I'm going backwards, but my notes, I wrote them under the date of the 16th. That's when I was like, okay, once August 16th comes, I have these notes here for that day and I'm gonna pick somebody. I didn't even wait. I didn't even wait till the 16th. On August 11th, I went on Lavender Sky Health's website. I looked at their prices. And as soon as I saw that it's $65 for a consult, either telehealth, I think like video or email. I think it's a little bit cheaper for email. I think that's why mine was $65, if I remember right. And then you can pick from 4 different pharmacies. It was the combination of the consult, no ongoing monthly fee to be a part of it. And the reason I did that is because I've lifted weights for years. I look like it, yes, I still was very much overweight. I knew all that. I was very much into reading up on health things. I have an excellent naturopath. She's the one that diagnosed me with Hashimoto's. I have been reading up on all this stuff before. I'm not coming in not knowing anything about health, nutrition, working out, the importance of muscle, how to gain muscle, the importance of protein. I'm not coming in not knowing that. So I didn't feel that I personally needed the ongoing monthly fee to have access to a doctor, to have access to a health coach or a nutritionist, because when I am ready, if I feel like I need those things, I know where to go to get them. And in the meantime, I don't want to have to pay for it because I know I'm not going to use it initially. I just know I'm not. So that was the first reason. I'm like, great, no monthly fee that I'm tied to, because it already gives me anxiety knowing that I'm going to have to pay several $100s every few weeks for the medication. And I didn't want to compound that by getting stuck into some sort of contract or any monthly fee. I hate recurring stuff. Then when I looked at their price list, I was like, I'm sold, I'm trying this. Worst case scenario, I pay $65 and I'm out $65 and I have to go find something else. So here we go. I got to the price list. I said, what? Because these pharmacies I've heard of a lot of you talking about these pharmacies. Here we are. Okay, I take that back. I hadn't heard of South Lake Pharmacy, but Hallandale. you can get your stuff from Hallandale, and you have a choice from these pharmacies. So when you pay the $65, you fill out all your health information. And for me, a nurse practitioner got back to me and said, okay, I'm going to allow you to go ahead and get this because I had to provide proof that I was already on the medication at a certain dose. And that was easy to do. The Medi-Spa that I went to, it's ran by an internal medicine doctor that also works at the local hospital. That was not a problem. He had it on a script. They gave it to me with the date of when I first took it. Super easy. So you could pick from these pharmacies: Hallandale, Southlake, Strive, Empower, and Red Rock. I've heard people talk about Red Rock, and I know people was going head to head about Hallandale versus Red Rock. To me, I'm like, listen, if it's necessary, maybe I will get into all of that. But I first was just like, I'll just go with Hallandale. That's the one I've heard about the most. It seems like people really like them. I went on their website. Their website is just beautiful and slick and informative, and it just looked very professional. I looked up their location in Florida. The location looks pristine and clean and top notch. So that's what I went with. So I signed up with Lavender Sky Health, guys. I'm not going to the Medi-Spa no more. I signed up with them on August 11th, okay? On August 12th, so August 11th was a Sunday. I went in, filled it out, paid the $65. On August 12th, I got the approval from the nurse practitioner. Everywhere I go, here comes somebody. So the 12th, I got that approval from the nurse practitioner, and that day, she sent me the invoice for what I picked. And I got greedy. I picked out my medicines, and I was like, well, hold up. Let me go ahead and get some NAD plus and some Sermorelin or glutathione. I don't know what, vitamin B vitamin boosters. I don't know what else I put on there on my little shopping cart. And she sent me that invoice for $1,000. I said, whoa, yeah, that was pretty fast. I wasn't expecting that. So I emailed them back and I was like, just forget the other wellness injections. We'll stick with tirzepatide. And the thing about Lavender Sky Health, though, disclaimer, you cannot do month at a time. It's 8 weeks of injections per purchase. But then that's kind of nice. To me, it seems easier to come up with X amount of dollars every 8 weeks versus X amount of dollars every 4 weeks. And I'm gonna get to the price in a second too, because I dropped my costs dramatically. I think, okay, hold on. Let me stay focused. So yeah, August 12th. Remember, my deadline was for August 16th because I'm like, I need this medicine in my hands in time because I've got to get back on the ball. It took me until the 15th. It took me the 12th, 13th, 14th, and 15th to use multiple sources, AKA credit cards. I'm doing what I got to do for my health, you guys, to pay that invoice for 8 weeks. And I went up to 7.5. I went up to 7.5, but I didn't buy 8 weeks of 7.5 thinking I was going to use that dose. My reasoning was, I'm gonna buy 8 weeks of 7.5, and that's gonna give me 12 weeks of 5 milligrams. But let me tell you, that 7.5 came, and the couple 5 milligrams that I had left from the Medi-Spa was like, I mean, it was probably working, but I wanted to feel that same punch that I got when I first bought it, when I first got on it in May. All right, from the time I paid the invoice on Thursday, August 15th, I got my medications in my hands in the mail on Wednesday, the 21st. So that is 6. That's 6 days later. And I'm getting medications from a legitimate, reputable pharmacy, and it's in South Florida, and I'm in the Pacific Northwest, okay? And it came 2-day FedEx. This is the thing. I paid that invoice Thursday the 15th. On Tuesday the 20th, super early in the morning, I get a FedEx notification, and it was like, your medication is going to be there tomorrow. I'm like, whoa, seriously? And it's right on. It's right on time, because they said after you pay your invoice for your medicines, it's 3 to 4 days for processing. You count Friday the 16th, Monday the 19th. I'm not counting the weekends. I don't expect nothing to happen on the weekend. That's really only 2 days. 2 days. And then I got my medicine 2 days after that. And I thankfully, I ripped open the FedEx box and I'm like, hold up, let me record this because I want to show you how well it was packaged. I was sold again. Because I was like, okay, I could pay this money and then it comes and it's either not effective or it shows up and it's funky or whatever. And then I'm out that money too. But it didn't. And I'm sticking for now, and unless Lily puts the kibosh on all of this, I'm sticking with Lavender Sky Health. All right, let's get to the price. And I'm only going to go over Hallandale. Feel free to go to lavenderskyhealth.com and look at their other options and their other prices. But this is the other thing that I loved. And I'm like, ooh, if I could go back in time, to May 13th, oh my goodness. They have a tirzepatide 3-month starter package for $575. $575 that'll last you 3 months. That equals $190 per month. Those are semaglutide prices. Those are Medi-Spa semaglutide prices, and you're getting 3 months of tirzepatide at the monthly price of semaglutide. Now, mind you, you have to pay the $575. They say $190 a month to give you a better idea of the value of what you're getting, but you can't remember. Like I said, you can't go monthly. So they have a 3-month starter package, and it includes 1 month at 2.5 milligrams and 2 months at 5 milligrams. Then they have a tirzepatide 2-month starter package for only $450. You get 1 month of 2.5 and 1 month of 5 milligrams. And then after that, they have packages that are 8 weeks supply, because you have to buy 8 weeks. For the price that I paid for my first month, I could have got 2 months for less than what I paid for my first month from the Medi-Spa. 5 milligram, if you're on a dosage of 5 milligrams a week, $450. 7.5 milligrams a week, $560. 10 milligrams a week, $760. 12.5 milligrams a week, $860. And if you're at the max dose of 15 milligrams a week, $945 for 2 months. I was like, okay, this is what we're doing. Worst case, so my plan, my plan A was the Medi-Spa. I was already in plan A. Plan B, I've already moved to Lavender Sky Health. Plan C, if tirzepatide no longer is available for whatever reason, Eli Lilly decides to make the reason to be, I'm switching to semaglutide. Semaglutide starter pack, which is a 10-week supply. 10 weeks of semaglutide for $250. Anyway, it's going to take me too long to go through all of these packages, but if you are on semaglutide, feel free to go to Lavender Sky Health and look at the different semaglutide packages for Hallandale and all of the other pharmacies. You can look up the pharmacies too. There's a couple of them that are in, like if you're on the West Coast, it might be better for you to order from the pharmacies that are in, there's like one in Utah and one in Gilbert, Arizona. I'm fine with Hallandale coming all the way from South Florida because it came in 2-day FedEx box. And the box was big. I'm like, what all is in here? I opened it up. Let me tell you, them vials were this big, but they were in an ice pack this big. And it was solid ice when it got to my house, coming from South Florida all the way across the U.S. in all the heat in the various states of the U.S. And I got it, and it was just in pristine condition, exactly like from any other pharmacy, with your name, your date of birth, your dosage, instructions on pulling your dose. I paid like $5 extra for extra syringes. It came with its own syringes and alcohol wipes, but I bought like another pack of syringes just to, just have a little bit of a buffer. In beautiful packaging too. I was like, what the heck is this? I love it. I'm so in love. I'm so happy. So it went from all this stress of like, what am I going to do? How am I going to come up with the money? What if I run out? I can't start my weight loss journey now, to, and how am I going to pay for this? Where's this money coming from? To now, I got 7 weeks sitting in my fridge, and I'm like, well, now what do I do with my time? Because I spent so much time researching and trying to find the money, and what am I going to do that, like, that issue is solved now. So anyway, If any of you are thinking of starting, if you are possibly wanting to reduce your cost, if you're just curious about trying something else, yeah, so those are my 2 announcements. I switched providers and I cut my costs by, how much is that? Well, I mean, 2 months of 5 milligrams would be $700, and months of 5 milligrams with Lavender Sky Health is $450. I slashed my prices practically in half. Now, 2 months of the 7.5 milligrams from the MediSpa, I don't know, because I didn't go up a dose when I was with them. But I mean, if it's $560 with Lavender Sky Health, then it's probably, you know, like $800 or $900 with the MediSpa. And really, I have the option of just dosing my 7.5 at 5 milligrams because I have, you know, 7 weeks in the fridge. I can do that. And that's the beauty of it all. So I've only taken 7.5 milligrams one time. So those are my 2 announcements. I switched providers and I went up a dose, and that first injection of 7.5, boy, did I feel it the next day. And honestly, it's a good feeling. I wanted that self-control back. I wanted the like, I could take it or leave it type of attitude towards food. It's just, I just feel like that's like a more balanced way of viewing food anyway. And the fact that we have access to a medication that does that for us, that helps us with that, so that we can free up the mental space to establish the habits that we need to do, the healthy habits and choices and routines. Boy, today I'm just feeling extra grateful and happy about that. I don't know, if you're in the market for trying something different, then Lavender Sky Health, look into it and see if it's for you. I wouldn't say, oh, I recommend it. I'm just telling you my experience, because it's a little iffy when you start recommending stuff, because everyone has different needs and thresholds for, I don't know, risk or the unknown, or the fact that I know some people are on the name brand because they like the pen. But I have eliminated the issue of giving myself a shot. I have reduced the issue. There's been times I'm just sitting there holding the needle and I'm like, okay, 1, 2, 3, go. Anyway, I've gotten rid of all that with something else that I bought from a diabetes supply, and I'm going to show that to you too. Okay, so look out for that video. I think this one is long enough. I was trying to do updates in 10 minutes or less, but yeah, this one and the last one are like 20 minutes. Anyways, I still hope it's been useful information for you. Thank you so much for watching. Welcome back and goodbye and come back again and all of those things, because I don't know what to say and this gets really awkward. Okay, bye now.